much for joining us again. We are excited to be back. Hey, Mercedes.
Hola, Shanequa.
How are you?
I'm well. How you doing?
Awesome. So before we get into it today, please do not forget to subscribe. Hit that thumbs up button for us, please.
Thumbs up.
Like this video.
Yep.
Like us on Facebook. Follow us on Instagram and
Yep.
Twitter.
Right. You got it right again.
I got it right. And this time it wasn't so pressured. So yes, thank you so much, everyone, for getting in the comment section. We appreciate you. We love to engage, and we would love to connect more with you. So let us know how we're doing.
Right. And last time we had a guest.
We did.
Yes, Vanda was here, and it was so much fun. It was so much fun that we kind of ran out of time.
We did.
And we were not ready to go, but it was
Right.
time to go because it was late. It was time to get home.
Yes.
So there were a few comments and questions that kind of we were bouncing off each other.
Yeah.
So I hope our friends are helping us out.
Yeah.
And like you mentioned before, leaving comments for us when you go
Yes.
on YouTube.
Yes.
And just let us know what you think, how you feel. You know,
Mhm.
what is your opinion, your view on the different things that we talked about.
Yep.
Yep.
So what you got for us today?
Well, I'm really curious to hear, how are you doing with a new driving learner at home?
Okay, so for those of you that don't know, I have a teenager at home, and we are in that phase of learning how to drive.
Whew.
Deep breath.
Yep.
Well,
Yes.
I can say that my husband has actually taken the driver's seat in
Okay.
that role, so he takes her more than I do. But I have had the honor of taking her a few times, and it was interesting. Let's just say that.
Tell us.
It was
Please.
interesting. So for parents out there who have children who are, or teenagers who are beginning to drive, one advice I could say is just be patient. Be patient and try not to overreact.
Go
Because
on. I
That
wanna
is
hear
me,
more.
the overreactor.
Okay, thank you.
For
being honest.
For being honest, yeah, I did overreact, but she's doing well. She's doing incredibly well. I can see the growth. There were a few times where I felt like we were going to run over a curb, but that's okay, right?
Okay, see, no, we're gonna stop right there. We're going to stop. Let's stop.
Let's
You
stop.
have to tell the story the same way you told me the story.
Which
That's what
one?
Yes, please be patient with your kids. You know, I also
Which
have
story?
2 teenagers at home who are
Yeah.
driving.
Oh, the
However-
story. I know. Okay, I had to remember the story. All right. So I said to her, well, let's do your route that you normally do with Daddy, right? Because, you know, I have her doing what I have her doing, going up and down the parking lot and parking and, you know. So her dad takes her on the road, but it's not a busy road.
Okay. But
So
it's a different road.
It's a different road. So I said, let's go the route that your dad takes you on. So we're driving down the road, and I'm like, wait a minute. I see cars. What are we doing here? So she's like, no, it's okay. So I said, okay. As I'm trying to remain calm. So we get to one section where it's an intersection. So she has to cross over and make a left-hand turn.
Okay.
She has to cross over traffic to make a left-hand turn.
Okay.
Well,
Okay, go on.
it's also a blind spot at this particular intersection. So there are a lot of trees and a lot of bushes, so it makes it hard to see one way. So she is leaning and depending on me to be her eyes, right?
Okay.
So, and I'm doing that, and I'm looking, and I said, well, ease out a little bit so that I can see. And she eases out, and Lord, a car is coming. I'm like, oh my God, stop. So, you know, I go the whole stop thing, and she slams on brakes. But I said, okay, well, wait, let's ease out a little bit more. So she eases out, And I said, okay, you're good. I think you have it. You got it. But here comes a car out of nowhere. And I'm like, stop. So she's like, wait, mommy, you're scaring me. I don't even want to drive anymore.
Poor thing.
I don't even want to drive anymore because you're scaring me. I was like, well, I am so sorry, but I didn't see, like, it's a blind spot. And I'm like, well, this is a really good real life typical example of how very careful and cautious that you have to be, because sometimes you think you have it and you really don't. But once we finally got across the intersection, she was good.
Okay. Now I'm gonna retell the story. The way she told me the story.
The way I told you was the truth.
No, I'm still gonna tell the truth, but let's tell it the way it happened. So, it happens that probably 2 days ago, we were riding together. We were going somewhere.
We were.
Okay. So, you know, she's the type of person, if you know Shanequa and you have ever been in a car with her, she's the type of person who's going to just freak out, right? She doesn't want to give you time to react. She wants to react before you, the driver, react.
Do I freak out for no reason?
Well, yes, too soon. I'm not gonna say for no reason you freak out too soon. So here I am, minding my own business, being a very attentive driver. I know what's going on around me, but next thing I know, this one right here is, oh Lord!
I'm doing all of that.
Coming. Yes, I saw it coming, and I was like, I can even only imagine when you're taking Sanaya out, her daughter, and you're probably reacting the same way. And
it is not like that.
She did, because she told me before this whole situation happened. She had already told me that the same story that she told you, friends, and it was like that, but it was not like that. It was more that poor Sanaya, she went,
No, so what this is as the driver, and I'm pretty sure a lot of you do it, if you have to come to an abrupt stop or a sudden stop, and you have a passenger in your car, you guard the passenger, or you put your hand to
when you are the
guard.
driver.
Yeah,
but when
I'm
you
the
are
driver.
the passenger,
It's
you don't need to be putting
instinctive.
your hands on the driver and freaking out.
It's instinctive.
The way you freak out, because now we're in trouble for real, because I'm trying to react in an appropriate timely manner, I guess. But you are just, I don't even know how to tell you. You're kind of like scaring me now, because now I'm not just paying attention to what's going on. Now I'm looking at you like,
Are you okay?
Are you okay? So that's how it happened.
So it was a big, huge truck coming at us, and it's like I saw my life flash before my. Well, she didn't give the disclaimer. She is a New York driver, so therefore you are kind of used to a lot of, near happenstance occurring.
Whatever you
like,
call it.
Yeah.
The truck was not on us. The truck was not on us. It was coming our way, and I saw it coming.
Okay.
Anyway, here, this one right here. She just overreacts.
I'll do better.
Do better.
I'll do
because
better.
it is interesting having these teenagers.
Yeah.
Learning how to drive and how they are different, and how their levels kind of like, you have those who when it comes to the technical stuff, they kind of
on it. Yeah.
And then you have the other ones who, when it comes to the practical stuff, they are on it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of the experience that I have with my two teenagers at home. One goes more one way, one goes more the other way. But it's interesting and I am conflicted.
Okay, tell me why.
Because it gives them more independent, it's kind of like that sign, that reminder.
Yes.
They are growing up.
They are growing up.
They are growing up.
They are.
They're learning how to drive. They are going to become more independent.
Yeah.
And that got me thinking, how much, okay, so let me see how can I frame this question. So we want our children to be independent. and we want that independency to match their age. Because
Right.
at the end of the day, we want to raise responsible, independent adults. We want
Correct.
them to become responsible, independent adults. But right now, as teenagers, how much independence do we make them believe they have versus how much independence do they actually have?
Do you play mind games? Are you playing mind games?
Well,
That is, I mean, in all seriousness though, I think you do have to balance it because, as you mentioned, they are at the age where autonomy and independence does help with helping them to become more responsible, helping them to make decisions, and remembering in that piece that giving them grace to make mistakes because they
Right.
are going to make
Of course.
mistakes when you
Of
do
course.
give them
The
independence
space.
and that space to do so, which they should make mistakes. How much is too much? Because too much can be an issue, and too little
Can also be an issue.
can
right?
also be an issue as well.
Right.
So I think it really does all depend on, maturity,
Yeah.
what it is that they can handle.
Yeah.
Testing little boundaries,
Right.
just seeing how they would react in certain situations.
I agree. Yeah. So it's not just about age. It has to be
No.
a combination of maturity,
Absolutely.
and age, and their abilities and capabilities as they get older.
Yeah.
Like you mentioned before, giving them too much is not good.
Right.
But giving them too little, it will also restrict their growth and that development.
Yeah.
Again, from when they become adults. So we don't want them to always be attached to mommy. We want them
Correct.
to at some point be independent and live their own lives and perhaps go to a different state to go to college. And
So
I'm going
Tiana,
with mine.
yeah.
I am going to be her roommate. I don't care. I am going to be my daughter's roommate.
So how about that? So is that okay? Is that healthy?
To me, it is. Because I have peace of mind. My emotions are level and where they need to be. And I just feel more comfortable. So
What if
healthy.
Tommy says no? We're gonna let our daughter grow and take this journey of self-discovery of becoming the young woman that we know. If you planted that seed, right?
Yes.
And you and Tommy are doing an amazing job
Thank you.
planting that seed.
It has nothing to do with that. It has nothing to do with Tiana. Yes, and thank you. Tiana is amazing. I am so proud of her in many different ways. Like I always say,
Yeah.
when I had Tiana, before having Taylor, I was like, oh, I can have 5 of this. Like,
Yeah.
this is easy. But then Taylor came along.
Then the second child came.
And then the second child came, and it was kind of like, okay, maybe I can stop here
Right.
and focus on,
Right.
on this one.
Right.
But it's just, I don't know, it's tough. And I don't know if it's a cultural thing.
Okay.
Because Dominicans within the Hispanic culture, and I'm not going to say only Dominicans, but a lot of Hispanic cultures, children don't leave, the daughters.
Oh.
The daughters don't really leave the house.
Okay.
And if they leave, they really,
Listen to
they're
this.
older.
Yeah.
So it's no rush,
Right.
It's not, when I turn 18, not over there, or not for us. When you turn 18, you're still a baby, so you still have to be home.
That's right.
However, I do not want to hinder in any way my daughter's future. So, yes, she can go.
So can the compromise be you can leave out of state, but not across the country?
Yeah, we already came to that compromise.
Okay.
Because first it was
Yeah.
Vegas, then when it was California.
Yeah, mine wanted to travel to California for college, and I'm like,
We're not doing that.
we're not doing
We're
that.
not doing that. See, I need to be able to jump in my car and get to you quick.
Yeah, quick.
So we compromised for New York.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes, how awesome. I love New York.
See?
So see, it has nothing to do with, I just want to be in New York at the same time that she happens to go to college.
That's not true. Yeah, I think you have some things to work out with that. But no, I get you. I honestly do get you though, because I feel like I do have that. It's gonna be hard for me to let go. I know it. I already know it. It's
Of
going to
course
be
it is. You're trying to act
incredibly
tough.
hard for me to let go. I don't want her to go. I don't want her to go.
But we have to, I guess, I mean, we'll see.
We'll see,
I
yeah.
try not to overwhelm myself thinking about
Yeah,
it.
you still have time.
Yeah, 3 years.
But
And that's gonna go quick,
just
but
enjoy her now.
that's all we can do.
Because, I mean, you know, it will ultimately be her choice, right?
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Yes.
Yes. But going back to that, independence
Right.
is cute because I don't know why I'm saying cute, but my kids can be cute. Children can be cute, right?
Yes.
And teenagers, even though they think they old and
Yeah.
I'm 15 now, you're still so cute, guys. You
Right.
But the discussions that have been going on in my house lately is my two teenagers, my nephew Jeremy and Tiana, they want to work.
Oh,
But
that
this is-
discussion.
Yes, that discussion. But this is how it started, right? Can we have money to go shopping? Can we have money to do this? Can we have money to do that? So, of course, it gets to the point where it's like, okay, do you have shopping money?
Right.
Do you have more money?
Do you have eat out
Do
money?
you have eat out money?
Do you have braid money?
Show me the money. And then
Yeah.
we can do those things, right? And then Tommy was like, well, y'all need to get a job. Yeah, eat too much. You use too much water, too much electricity.
Right.
And then on top of that, I have to give you other things because
Right.
you need stuff all
Right,
the time.
right.
Go get a job. So they came to us and they said, okay, we got applications. We're ready to work. You're not working.
Application where?
For what? You are not. So that's how the whole thing of, wait a minute, so let's be honest and please tell us how much independency do we really have? Because
Yeah.
you were urging us and kind of pushing us to, go to work, go to work, go to work. And now that we come in with applications ready to really go.
You're like, nope.
No.
Yeah. So at 16?
16 and 15.
Yeah, but at 16, are you going to... So, okay, you already have a 16-year-old and you don't want him to work at 16.
The reason why is because, as we mentioned before, I think that everything has to come with a level of maturity, and
yeah.
everything has to come with a level of responsibility. So if you want to work, you have to show me first that you are able to maintain good grades.
Yep.
You have to show me that you are able to remain responsible with, whatever chores you have in the house. Like, there are certain things that if it's difficult for you to manage this right now, why are we adding something else? Because when you go get a job, what I'm trying to teach my kids is that you have to be responsible.
Absolutely.
Even if you're 16, I don't care where you work.
Absolutely.
You still have to be responsible.
Absolutely.
So something is going to give, because right now you cannot manage what you have going on right now. You're adding something else. I think something is going to give.
Right.
So Jeremy's working towards it. He's doing pretty good.
Good.
He's doing an amazing
Keep
job.
it up, Jeremy.
He's doing amazing in school. So he's kind of working his way there. And then, with Tiana, it's more, she's so involved in sports that it's like, when are you going to have the time? You are going to overwhelm yourself between school, sports, and work.
Yeah.
Maybe, during the summer, she can have a summer job. That's something that we discussed for this summer.
I think that's an option.
That's a compromise, right?
Yeah, I think that's a compromise because, you're gonna have literally like the rest of your life to work. I don't think we have
That's
to
the way I see
rush it. I don't think we
Yes.
have to rush it.
Yes.
Just yet. But a
Yes.
summer job, I'm for a summer job.
Yes, or even, because she likes to volunteer.
Yeah.
So do that. I really, and hey, I respect other parents.
Absolutely.
And the rules that they may have at home. And in some situations, it's necessary for the kids to go
Right.
out to work at 15. I think at 15, 16. And I have met so many
Very responsible young people.
Teenagers, that it's just amazing to watch. I enjoy that a lot. There are situations where the parents want them to work because they want them to develop that sense of autonomy and independence and responsibility, and I get that.
Right.
But I think everything has to be when you can as a parent.
Yes.
When you have the ability to individualize,
Yes.
you know, how you are going to raise your kids,
Yes.
you have to do that. And
Yes.
in my case, in my situation, I have two kids. One, again, two teenagers. One is not ready because what we
Right.
mentioned before, I want you to be responsible here first.
Correct.
And then we have another one where she's just too busy. So what is the rush?
What is the rush?
What is the rush? Because once you start, like you said, it doesn't.
It doesn't stop because I started at 14.
And I started at 14.
I started at 14.
And I love it. You know,
I did. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed it, but I was not involved in school.
Me
as
either.
These kids
Not
today
as-
are.
Not at the level I should have been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That was one of those things when Vanda was here last week, and
Uh-huh.
we were laughing because she was like, "Oh, I went through my childhood and my teen years, and
Vonda!
and
Freeze
we started
time.
laughing- and we started laughing
Yeah.
because I was like, "Oh, okay. If I could go back in time,
That's what I would go back
I
to.
will go back to high school.
Me too.
And just do all of those things that
That
I didn't do.
Yes.
Because I was
yes.
too busy hanging out, working, whatever. And I would have been more involved because I was involved, but not at the level where I think now, looking
Correct.
back, I think I should have been. So, raising teenagers, huh?
Crazy teenagers.
Crazy teenagers, but
Such a mysterious place for them to like those teenage years. It's such a mysterious place because they're not quite adults, but they're not children.
they stuck in the middle. They right there in the middle.
Right.
Yeah, and
Cool.
you know they want to be treated in a certain way,
Correct.
or even changing. You were telling me about Sanaya the other day, like when you feel that you finally got her and you got her taste, and you feel like, okay, now I can go shopping for Sanaya.
Nope, it changes. Nope,
It
I can't figure her out when it comes to style. Mm-mm.
And it's just their ideas, and that's the cool thing about being a teenager.
Absolutely.
That's the cool
I like
thing
it.
about I love it. I love it.
I'm
That's
enjoying
the cool,
it.
I really do. I really do. And you know, being able to open up and make yourself vulnerable to them as well.
Yeah, because you can really have those authentic conversations with
Right.
them
Right.
about life, about womanhood, about relationships, about friendships. So I'm enjoying that part
I really am.
because I really like and I'm intrigued the way she processes, right?
Right.
How she interprets and analyzes things. So it's really cool to see her little mind develop. Like, oh, okay, so you really did give that some thought, or you are kind of coming into, your own, because she has a lot of Lord, my thought just left me. She has a lot of opinions that are
Yeah.
clearly different from me.
Yes, and strong opinion.
In strong opinions.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Yeah,
She's
and so
amazing. Yes.
it's like, wow.
Yes.
But I love it.
I love it. I love to hear, when you
Yeah.
tell me the stories, like, okay, tell me more, because it's amazing how, because I know there are, not to get religious or anything like that or political, but I know, that you and your husband have your views about
Yeah.
certain things, and to hear that she has been able to come up with her own and to
Yeah.
be able to question
She does.
things, that's awesome.
And that's the part that I do like. She does question
Yeah.
things, and I'm totally for that, to finding her truth.
Yeah.
She's going through that little journey, and it's quite cool.
It's awesome. And like
Yeah.
you mentioned before, I mean, we are planting those seeds now, and we are able to, we may not see it when we want them to see it, or
Yeah.
as quick as we want them to see it
Yeah.
sometimes, because there are situations where, I don't know, I feel that I have been talking for, a long time, lecturing Tiana, and it's like, are you really paying attention? Are you really grasping what I'm saying? But then she finds herself in certain situations,
Right.
and how I see her maneuver, it's like, oh, so
You are listening. Yeah.
You are listening. So parents,
They do.
don't stop talking to
Right.
your children. Do
They'll
not
get
stop.
it.
Even when you think they're not listening,
Uh-huh.
something is getting
Something's
in
getting
there.
in. Something's getting in.
Something is getting
Just lead with love.
Just that's it.
That's
it. And consistency.
Just lead with love and consistency.
Be consistent. Be
and
consistent with your
your
children.
children will be fine.
So, all right. So, I have the pleasure of having, being involved in raising boys and my girls.
Uh-huh.
Is there what I have found now that Tiana is 15
Mm-hmm.
is trying to balance and maintain some sort of consistency as much as possible when it comes to some rules, because Tiana is big on that's sexist, like
On what?
sexist.
Oh, sexist. Uh-huh.
Yeah, like will you impose these rules on the boys?
Oh,
Are you only imposing
the double standard
the
talk.
double standards? What is your opinion on that? Because
I think there is a double standard.
okay,
I mean, it's that.
it's just it.
It's just simple as that. I think there is a double standard, and I say that because I've heard several different generations who has raised kids, and I hear the girls and the boys talk about how it was different for me.
Mm-hmm.
And how the boys were allowed to do certain things that the girls weren't allowed to do. Like, for instance, with my husband, so it's 2 boys and 2 girls,
Mm-hmm.
and the girls are older than the boys.
Okay.
But when you hear the girls talk about childhood memories, they will oftentimes say that they had to come in the house before the boys. The boys could stay out longer.
And just play outside in the dark.
And just play outside in the dark, even though that they were younger.
Yep.
So I think there's a higher, I don't want to say higher level of care, because I know you love your boys
Yes.
just the same. But what is it? Because I don't have boys, so I don't know. But I think that there is maybe like a different type of protectiveness that you have with your girls and shielding them. I guess with boys, you feel as though they're kind of tough. They'll be okay.
Mm-hmm.
They can hold their own. I mean, boys do what boys do type
Mm-hmm.
thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I always, when I hear about double standards, there was this quote or saying growing up, and it was like, girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice.
Mm.
And boys are made of, come on y'all, help me, snakes and snails and puppy dog tails.
Oh,
so
okay.
it was like,
Okay.
your girls
Yeah.
are the sweet, innocent. And then the boys are, they just will be boys. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's hard because Tommy always says that because he has a boy,
Yeah.
and then he has the 2 girls, and he says that the love is. Do you love them the same? But the love is different.
right.
With your
I
boy,
can
like
see
you mentioned
that.
before, you just want to raise a tough boy, and
Yeah.
then with the girl, it's like I just want to protect them all
Yeah,
the
she's
time.
delicate flower.
I don't want nobody, nothing to hurt her.
Mm-hmm.
And growing up, I grew up with boys, and it was very frustrating to me because in my culture, it was kind of the same thing. Like boys were able, simple things as going to the store.
Mm-hmm.
Girls were not allowed to go to the stores.
Right.
Because there are older men there or whatever, so the boys will go to the store. Taking out the trash.
Mm-hmm.
I never complain about that one because I had
Right.
no interest
Take
in
out
doing
the-
that
yeah.
one. But now that I'm raising girls, and because I'm raising my girls to kind of be as tough and involved and not, I don't want to say that's tough, but competitive with boys, it makes me think like, yeah. So it makes me think of to what extent do I want her to be positioned in the same place as a boy?
Right.
Or to what extent am I willing to have the same rules that we would have for boys, have them for the girls?
Right.
So tell us, hey guys, help us out. Come on, friends.
So we are out of time. We are out of time, but we are not out of conversation. So please remember to subscribe to this video, like the video, follow us on Instagram, also follow us on Twitter, like us on Facebook.
before we go, I know we are out of time. Update. Update.
Oh, update.
Update alert.
That's
Come on.
right. Update alert. I am not pregnant. Whew. Someone in the comment section said that I will be getting a new car since I had a dream about being in the auto show. So, the auto store. So I'm looking for that one.
Yeah, let's
hope it's that one.
Yeah.
I'm not pregnant, so maybe I'm the bearer of news to someone.
Oh no, look that way.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that's all I have right now.
Thank you. Oh
Did
my
you
gosh.
do one more? I wanted to do a would you rather, just one.
One.
Just one. One would you rather. One would you rather. Because
I'm gonna let you get it out of your system.
I have to get it out of my system because I am rooting for you to do it correctly this time. Okay?
Okay.
Would you rather? Which one, my lord? Would you rather be framed for a murder you didn't commit or frame your best friend for a murder you committed?
What?
Would you rather be framed for a murder you didn't commit or frame your best friend for a murder you committed? Best friends, listen up.
I mean, I'm no snitch. So I wouldn't, but I don't want to be framed for something I didn't do.
So which would you do?
How long am I going to jail for?
I don't know.
What is the sentence?
I don't know.
What is-
It depends on if you're found first degree, second degree. Come on. I don't know, but you're going to spend some time in jail.
Okay, like 1 year,
It's a murder charge.
I may be able to get away with it.
You could.
Okay, so I'll go with the first one.
Okay. Which is you rather be framed for a murder you didn't commit.
Only if my sentence is gonna be a year or less. Or if I can get away with it.
Oh, well, she did pretty good this time.
Okay, see, I'm getting there.
Yep. Well, we are out of time. So remember, life doesn't have to be this or that. It should be this